What is going on, guys? It's your boy Sage here, coming at you with a brand new Crystal of Atlan video, and today we're going to be talking about my top tips and tricks to be dominant at the PvP ladder. Remember, if you enjoy the content, hit that like and subscribe button. It means the world to me, and let's get it. The first tip anyone should tell you about Crystal of Atlan PvP is to get a good understanding of what your abilities are and which ones to take. Don't be afraid to read through the abilities and figure out what type of SA you're getting, what type of SA your abilities break, and then take a second to make your own page that's different from your PvE page at the bottom left-hand corner right there. Don't be afraid to look on the cross-server section for your rankings and find players that are better than you. I'll use Tony as an example, and see what they're taking, what skills they're taking, and try to figure out why they're taking it and seeing if you can adapt that to your gameplay. It's never a shame or a bad thing to learn from the best. Next off on this list, remember that you can buy PvP gear with the battle points that you earn from playing ranked games. Your PvE stats and your PvP stats are separate from each other. And make sure that every time you promote from a rank, when you unlock those gears, that you're constantly updating them and purchasing them. You have no chance against a diamond player who has diamond gear when you have silver gear. So it can be really hard to understand what type of abilities you need to watch and look out for in your ranked games. One easy way to kind of practice this is by playing against all the bots on level 60. And as you play against them over and over, you'll start to see patterns that you can take with you to your ranked games. Fighting in the sky is a really important skill to understand in COA. Some characters like Starbreaker, who excel at the ground, don't really have great abilities that translate to the sky. So as long as you're mixing it up and you don't become too predictable, you can really throw people off and you can really punish people who are just running at you. My next tip has to do with the running. If you don't know that when you hit your dash key, that is what it actually allows you to sprint. A lot of players at the start of the game will dash immediately because as soon as you stop moving, you're gonna lose your sprint. And it's important to keep the high velocity kind of going so you don't get caught. And your dash is gonna refresh by the time that you start actually fighting. So be always mindful that you should always be sprinting at the start of every round. Special Recovery has a 2-minute cooldown in a 3-minute game, and it's very important you use this effectively. Never use Special Recovery on damage that's very minimal, but always use it when you're about to take a substantial amount of damage. Also understand that while you have this ability up, it'll heavily influence how people play because they don't want to waste their entire kit when you have the ability up. In addition to this, Special Recovery and also Perfect Dodge give you super armor of the highest caliber upon execution. This is a great time for retaliation techniques or running away. Hitboxes in this game are pretty broken. As long as you're standing on the ground, holding down the input of whatever you're trying to press will bring up an indicator. As long as the enemy is inside that indicator, it's probably going to hit. While hitting abilities isn't very difficult by themselves, player movement, distance, and perfect dodges can make this a lot harder. Using abilities from the sky can make them a lot more sudden and the tracking a lot more broken. If you're struggling to hit abilities, if applicable, use them from the sky. My next tip is breaking the threshold for HP mitigation. If you have enough flat damage on a skill, the damage will apply before they calculate the HP. So as long as you use it right before it hits the diamond, it'll go through. Remember, this game is all about catching the opponent with CC, punishing mistakes, and resource management. You should be thinking about the safest way to catch your opponent with as little resources as possible and abusing any mistakes and lack of resources that they have. That is the key to winning. Remember how important I said super armor was at the beginning of the video. Crimson Cross has weak armor break while this ability has medium super armor, so I get to go right through it. The ultimate advice I would give anyone trying to learn this game is to practice and practice with a purpose. It is okay to lose and it is okay to fail. The reality is you have to learn the deaths of your character and your opponents. The only way to do this is by watching players better than you and by playing a crazy amount of games. It is fine to lose and it is fine to fail, but you have to understand you have to figure out what you're doing wrong and always seek to be a student of the game and whatever you desire in life. If you keep going, I promise you, you will hit whatever goal you're trying to hit as long as you give it time. If y'all made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more COA content. Ask any questions in the comments below. It's your boy Sage. The world is a bad. Peace.